oscillator of Cyanobacterium Synechococcus elongatus comprises three proteins, Chi-A, Chi-B, and Chi-C. The word Chi comes from the Japanese character that means cycle. At the heart of the oscillator, Chi-C is a hexameric protein whose N and C terminal domains interact between monomers to form two rings, C1 and C2. The C terminal peptide on C2 of each monomer, called A loop, alternatively dangles or is tucked into the ring. When dangling, it can be bound by Chi-A. In addition, the C2 ring carries the amino acid residues serine at position 431 and threonine at position 432. These residues are sites of autophosphorylation by Chi-C. Chi-C also has autophosphatase activity. At dawn, Chi-C begins at an unphosphorylated state. The C1 and C2 rings are also loosely connected in an unstacked structure. In this loose structure, the A loops on Chi-C tend to be exposed, and as the morning progresses, Chi-A binds the A loops. Throughout the day, Chi-A binding to A loops holds them in an out position, stimulating Chi-C autokinase activity. The threonine at position 432 becomes phosphorylated. Phosphorylation of threonine 432 changes the stiffness of the Chi-C structure such that it is easier for the serine at position 431 to become phosphorylated. By dusk, both the threonine and serine residues of Chi-C are phosphorylated. C2 ring stiffness results in increased interaction between the C1 and C2 rings, causing the C2 ring to stack onto the C1 ring. The A loop recedes inside the C2 ring, hiding the binding site for Chi-A. C2 and C1 stack so tightly that C1 starts to bulge. C2 and C1 ring stacking exposes a B loop on C1 that is a binding site for Chi-B. Chi-B is constantly undergoing a rare change in structure, switching from an inactive ground state tetramer to an active fold-switch monomer. The active state is unstable unless it can bind to the B loop of Chi-C. As the night progresses, Chi-A can no longer bind to Chi-C at the A loop, and an alternative structure of Chi-A gets sequestered by Chi-B. As Chi-A is no longer bound to the A loops, the Chi-C autokinase activity ceases, and the autophosphatase activity begins. The threonine residues at 432 become dephosphorylated. Toward the end of the night, the serine residue at 431 is dephosphorylated. By dawn, Chi-C has returned to its unphosphorylated form, and the C1